Keep Right with Ralph K. Ginorio. Monomaniacal narcissists versus malagentians. I predict that all of the poisonous hatreds against the American branch of Western civilization that exist within and beyond our society will erupt as President Donald J. Trump takes office. Enemies of the West and of the American exceptionalism, both foreign and domestic, cannot permit his counter-revolution against the permanent bureaucracy to succeed. There is nothing that these monomaniacal narcissists will not do to destroy Trump's ambitions, cripple the America which voted for him, and put the rest of the world back to sleep. Are such convictions overblown? I sure hope so. I hope that the butchers of Beijing, the plutocrats of Davos, the censors of social media, and the technocrats of the transnational bureaucracy will respect American law and custom and work productively with our new president. Such hope is motivated by belief in God's grace more than it is by man's nature. These truest believers are monomaniacal, utterly focused on a specific way of looking at the world. They are narcissists in that the only things real to these individuals are themselves. It does not matter to our enemies that the post-1945 Pax Americana has saved more lives and has brought more people out of poverty worldwide than any other force in human history. It also does not matter that the sort of nuclear, biological, chemical, cybernetic attacks that would be necessary to bring this American peace to an end would cost the lives of billions. To these utterly self-centered people, the stakes are simply too high to chance. Trump's success would mean an end to their grand plans to place a leash across the necks of humanity, to control our species on a planetary scale. If the many are liberated from the few in order to think, speak, and act freely, then the elite visionaries of all variant utopias would be out of work. So too would be the oligarchic party hacks who thrive by shackling autonomous individuals to serve their party line. The Chinese Communist Party, the World Economic Forum, the tech monopolies, and the permanent bureaucracy all offer us the same thing: their control. Their diverse future plans would mean one thing to common people everywhere: compulsory service to their totalitarian ideal. Past is often prologue. Human beings tend to revert to well-established patterns when they are in crisis. One only has to look at what that constellation of anti-Trump, anti-conservative, anti-Judeo-Christian, anti-American, and anti-Western activists have already done in order to discern what they are capable of doing. President-elect Donald J. Trump has been targeted for assassination multiple times. In Butler, Pennsylvania, he was actually struck by an assassin's bullet. Information on these shooters is still being suppressed by Biden's Department of Justice and FBI. Soros-financed Democrat prosecutors have twisted the letter of the law to prosecute Trump with, dare I say, trumped-up charges, trials, and felony convictions. While I believe that these diverse miscarriages of justice will be overthrown on appeal, they still have cost the president-elect much time, money, and have done damage to his reputation, and also to theirs. Before, during, and after his first term, our foreign and domestic intelligence agencies colluded with Democrats and the media establishment to concoct fantasies of Trump-Russia collusion and other impeachable offenses. This was simultaneous to them covering up Biden scandals such as Hunter's revelatory laptop and Biden's abuses of power, taking bribes, and mishandling of classified documents. They also lied about Biden's mental acuity. Elements within our permanent bureaucracy waged an ongoing internal campaign to defeat Trump's programs. Supposedly nonpartisan civil servants engaged in a very partisan struggle to undermine Trump's agenda while shrouding their activities from both Trump and from the American people. Overseas, enemies capitalized on these acts of resistance in order to maximize strife within the U.S. government and among the American people. This provided opportunities for the Chinese Communist Party and its many confederates to expand Chinese hegemony at the free world's expense. Closer to home, the same types of virtuous fanatics repeated what had happened in New Orleans during Hurricane Katrina, this time in Greater Los Angeles. In both cases, corrupt local officials colluded with militant environmentalists into undermining practical protections against predictably inevitable natural disasters. The result, New Orleans flooded and Los Angeles burns. Those who prize their virtue signaling over our well-being will take every opportunity to undermine Trump. They will continue to work with foreign enemies. They will persist in placing the interests of aliens and animals above the needs of Americans. In their febrile minds, these monomaniacal narcissists are the good people. Everything they do is justified in their minds, even violence and terror. As Robespierre once said, terror without virtue is brutal, but virtue without terror is useless. And these people do not want to be useless. To them, the Americans who voted for Trump are self-evidently racists, sexists, and homophobes. Such deplorable bad people, or malagentians, deserve to suffer. My fellow malagentians, be ready for them. Do not be surprised by their utter lack of self-awareness. Expect their sanctimonious fanaticism. Be resolute and take joy in the opportunity we have to restore the United States and its Constitution. Their desperation is a sign that the common cause that we serve is winning.